Coral Springs as the age of the fall of Jimmy Jacobs and Delirious taking on a pair of former world champions. Jerry Lynn, former ECW World Heavyweight Champion, and Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon, former Ring of Honor World Champion, here in our next matchup.
Take nothing away from Jimmy Jacobs. He's held the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championships as part of the AA Fall, and though he may have a different partner on this evening, Delirious is definitely under the spell, if you will, of Jimmy Jacobs. He has that influence, and he is going to do Jimmy's bidding during the course of this one.
Listen to this crowd here in Coral Springs getting behind Jerry Lynn.
What's fabulous, they know the name of one of the wrestlers in the match. How about chanting Jimmy Jacobs, and then clap, 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 clap. Wasn't that a different guy? The whole, he was the new. You can't really call Jerry Lynn new these days, can you?
Yes, that's probably true, but he is still a very dangerous man inside the ring, as is Delirious. Never more so than since becoming under the spell of Jimmy Jacobs in the age of the fall.
Not that Jimmy Jacobs is a witch or anything of that nature, but he does have a way with words and in convincing the members of the age of the fall to do what he feels is best, both in life as well as in professional wrestling matches. And Jimmy Jacobs is certainly someone to be reckoned with, especially when he has someone like Delirious.
Someone feeble-minded and easily molded to do what he wants?
Well, like you said, someone very dangerous like Delirious.
So laying a tag by Lynn to Danielson. This is not the first time Jerry Lynn and Bryan Danielson have teamed together. They make a wish with Delirious.
I bet he wishes that that did not ever take place.
I'm sure he does. He's back at Wrestling at the Gateway, where Bryan and Jerry teamed up to defeat the Ring of Honor World Champion Nigel McGuinness and Claudio Castagnoli, the European Union.
Yes, but that was basically the only time that I can recall that Bryan Danielson and Jerry Lynn have been teammates, whereas Jimmy Jacobs and Delirious work a little bit better as a unit. They have more experience looking out for one another in professional wrestling, and if I had to pick one team that's going to work well, it's going to be Jimmy Jacobs and Delirious.
What's he be working very well right here is...
No, he's listening to Jimmy's instructions.
Jacobs barking orders at Delirious and basically ordering him out of the ring.
Oh, it would look like advice to me.
So also not the first time that Bryan Danielson and Jimmy Jacobs have stared across the ring at one another.
Oh, that's right.
Jimmy Jacobs, a guy who many people feel has the number of Bryan Danielson. It was back at Full Circle in Manassas, Virginia, where Jimmy Jacobs was able to reverse the triangle choke and pick up the victory.
He beat Bryan Danielson, one of the true icons of Ring of Honor, one of the founding fathers, if you will. Bryan Danielson. Jimmy Jacobs defeated him not only once, but he also beat him back at, I believe it was Unscripted 3 in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. Jimmy Jacobs holds 2 singles victories against Bryan Danielson.
He's getting a little upset. Temper starting to flare here. Jacobs underneath the bottom rope, able to buy himself a little bit of time as referee Paul Turner tries to back up the American Dragon. And
you got to wonder what's going through the mind of American Dragon. He's back in the ring with Jimmy Jacobs and
just got spit in the face.
Jimmy Jacobs trying to get that the mental advantage right here, getting ahead of Bryan Danielson. Maybe a little bit of intimidation. Maybe make him a little bit worried that Jacobs is going to do it a third time here in this tag team setting.
Instead, he makes the tag to Delirious. Danielson doesn't look too pleased that he's unable to get his hands on Jacobs. Delirious crawls his way under the bottom rope.
Hey, guess what, Lenny? Delirious has beaten Bryan Danielson in the past. That was also in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. I believe that was the Chicago Spectacular Night 2. It was a big tag team matchup, and Delirious was able to beat Bryan Danielson. So all of these things in combination equal the age of the fall, pulling out the victory in this match.
Now it is Delirious with the advantage, has the double-handed knuckle lock. Danielson down on his knees, trying to fight his way free here. We ask him if he wants to give it up. Danielson says no. He's trying to make his way back to his feet. Fight off the downward pressure from Delirious, able to do so. Grabs control of the wrist lock. Down the canvas goes Delirious. Drags Delirious towards the corner and makes the tag to Jerry Lynn.
Get one of them out of the ring, ref.
Hip toss. Nice teamwork there by Lynn and Danielson. And as you said, though, they have more often been opponents with one another than teammates. Still looking very, very effective as a team here in the early going of this matchup. The arm of Delirious now draped across the rope as Jerry Lynn using the referee's count to his advantage.
Time has proven that wrestling someone as an opponent on a regular basis generally creates better tag teams because you learn the repertoire, the style of a wrestler by being his opponent, and you know how you can work well as a unit, and that's what we're seeing out of Bryan Danielson and Jerry Lynn right here.
Nice double team by Lynn and Danielson. Delirious now ends up flat on his stomach with Bryan Danielson sitting on his knees, looking for the surfboard. Rocking back. Jacobs tries to put a stop to it, but Lynn, too quick. Drop toe hold, catches Jacobs. Looks like he's going to apply the surfboard of his own here. Stereo surfboards.
Highly illegal. Come on, Paul Turner. All four men inside the ring at one time, doing damage to the edge of the fall.
Still controlling Delirious as a hold of the face.
I think he has his fingers in the eye holes in his mask.
Whoa, 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 referee, hold on. He's got till 5.
To rake the eyes? I don't think so.
Tag to Jerry Lynn. To the midsection. Delirious doubled over in pain as he's backed into the corner. Hard forearm to the side of the head. And again. Delirious for the ride. Puts on the brakes, up and over Lynn in the corner. Jerry Lynn with a crossbody off the second turnbuckle. Right back into an arm drag.
Not the first time that Delirious and Jerry Lynn have opposite sides of an ROH matchup. They did battle as part of the tag team matchup at Cage Collision in Chicago.
Delirious teaming with Brodie Lee and Jerry Lynn teaming with the Necro Butcher. And they actually had one singles match as well back at the French Connection. It was Jerry Lynn picking up the victory over Delirious in that matchup.
Right now it's Age of the Fall going to work on Jerry Lynn in the corner. Jacobs just measured him for that shot, right to the side of the head.
Lynn puts on the brakes. Shot to the midsection on Jacobs, and it's Jimmy Jacobs going face first to the turnbuckle, not once but twice. And to the far side as well. Jerry Lynn picking up the pace here. Biting away at the forehead of Jimmy Jacobs. It's a very aggressive Jerry Lynn we're seeing here this evening. The man who still has his sights set on Nigel McGuinness and the ROH World title.
We should just give it up already.
Missile dropkick sends Delirious to the floor. Beats Jacobs to the punch. Up and over, catches himself. Went for that flip dive off the apron.
Didn't keep his eye on Jimmy Jacobs, who put a stop to it, and now it's Delirious working over Lynn on the floor.
Put in the boots to Jerry Lynn out on the outside. As Jimmy Jacobs has Paul Turner tied up. Back first to the guardrail goes Lynn.
Great teamwork right here from the Age of the Fall. While Jimmy had the referee tied up, Delirious did maximum damage with the barricades on the floor. And now Jacobs is going to go to work on Lynn, who's been softened up on the floor. Has that boot firmly planted in his midsection.
Makes a tag to Delirious. Drives down right across the sternum. The black's handle of the chest. Forearm across the throat, choking Jerry Lynn right in front of the official.
Now working over the midsection, trying to cut off his oxygen, make it difficult for Jerry Lynn to breathe. Could just be in preparation for the end time for Jerry Lynn.
And back to their feet, fans encouraging Jerry Lynn to make the tag here. Suplex attempt blocked. Delirious goes for it again, unable to do so, but it's Jerry Lynn instead. Able to connect with the suplex, but very close to his own corner, and able to make the tag to Jacobs. Good job of ring presence on the part of Delirious.
Yeah, he knew where he was at, saw his partner, made that tag to get a fresh wrestler in there.
Jacobs maintaining the advantage.
And because Jacobs is a former ROH World Tag Team Champion, he knows how to cut that ring in half and keep a wrestler away from his partner.
Body scissors applied by Jacobs here as Referee Paul Turner asking him if he wants to give it up. Jerry Lynn says no, sir.
Just trying to inch his way along with Jerry Lynn back toward the corner of the edge of the fall to guarantee that Jerry isn't close to Bryan Danielson to make the tag. Again, making it difficult for Lynn to breathe. Make him struggle for breath. Struggle to stay in this matchup. He is the veteran in this particular contest. You got to think the younger wrestlers have better conditioning.
Set off the ropes for the ride. Puts on the brakes. Jacob charges, runs into the boot. Able to avoid Delirious on the apron, but a spear from Jacobs takes him out of his boots. Cover! But Jerry Lynn able to get the right shoulder off the canvas.
That spear will take all the wind out of him. But it didn't take enough out of him to get the 3 count. Maybe this chair will.
Delirious enters the ring with the chair, but referee Paul Turner puts a stop to it. Throws the chair out to the floor, but Jerry Lynn gets caught with an elbow by the masked man. Cover. It's the leg, but again, only 2. Bryan Danielson can do nothing but look on the outside and encourage his partner to make the tag. Snapmare by Delirious, rear chin lock.
Again, trying to take what little energy is left in the body of Jerry Lynn away from him. Wear the man down. And then just to set up Jimmy Jacobs to cinch in the end time and for Jerry to pass out.
Almost to the midsection, able to free himself, but a blind tag by Delirious to Jacobs. Nicely done. Jerry Lynn never saw the tag. Jacobs does the damage from behind once again. Drags Lynn back to his feet. Clubs him down to the canvas. Cover. 2 count once again. Lynn getting the left shoulder up this time. Choking away now. The fans again trying to encourage Jerry Lynn to make the tag.
They can encourage all they want. If he physically can't continue, this match is over with. And now more double team work.
Delirious off the top. Nobody home. Rolls all the way through. Is Lynn able to avoid him? Powerbomb by Lynn. Can he make the tag here?
He's got Delirious stunned, but Jerry, a lot has been taken out of him the past several minutes.
Jacobs back up on the apron. Double count applied. There's the tag to Jacobs. Lynn to his feet. Makes the tag to Danielson. Plucks the right hand. European uppercut. And another backs up Jacobs. Make it 3. Jacobs sent for the ride. No. Reversal. Off the ropes goes Danielson. Rolls through. Spit in the face.
Uncalled for.
Retaliation by Dragon. European uppercut again connects. Sends Jacobs to the ropes one more time off for the ride. Well-placed knee to the midsection. Measures him for the kick right between the shoulder blades. All the power in the boot of Bryan Danielson connecting the top of the spine of Jimmy Jacobs.
Well, you know that Bryan Danielson wants to avenge those losses to Jimmy Jacobs in the past here in ROH. But Jimmy Jacobs is very determined to make it 3 tonight.
Dragon screw by Danielson out of the corner, back to his feet. Running knee strike, cover. Delirious breaks it up at 2.
Great teamwork, looking out for his partner. So Jacobs was in a bad way, and now continuous back rakes from Delirious on Danielson. And now double teamwork from the edge of the fall.
And Jacobs back to his feet. Double team choke slam by the edge of the fall, cover. This time Jerry Lynn breaks it up. All 4 men in the ring now. Right hand by Delirious. Double team on Lynn. Danielson still the legal man. Double clothesline by Lynn. Delirious out to the floor. Danielson back to his feet. Double team now on Jimmy Jacobs. Heart attack clothesline. Jackknife cradle. No.
Jacobs able to get the shoulder up. Oh no, panel mutilation coming.
He's got it locked in.
Jacobs needs to work his way out of this.
Delirious trying to make the save here. Unable to do so as Lynn drags him back to the floor.
Jacobs didn't give it up in cattle mutilation.
Elbows. Jacobs blocks.
Great counter.
Contra code. No. Nice block. Sunset flip. Rolls through.
It's going back and forth here.
Leverage and positioning here. End time.
This is it.
Oh, what a counter by Jacobs.
He's going to beat Danielson once again.
He's got Danielson trapped right in the center of the ring, and now it's Jerry Lynn trying to make the save as Bryan Danielson starts to fade.
Oh, Jerry Lynn can't reach them. Delirious holding him out on the floor. Danielson is out.
The arm goes down twice.
Ring the bell, ref, ring the bell.
No! Danielson's not out yet. Able to roll towards the ropes and get the break.
All Jacobs needs to do is cinch it back in the center of the ring.
Desperation move by Danielson, but it paid off. But how much does he have left? The fans urging him on here, runs up the ropes. Lands on his feet with a backflip. Avoids the left hand. Running elbow strike. Jacobs out to the floor.
Know where you're at, Jacobs. Move out of the way. Oh, Delirious was there to save him before Danielson could even go for the dive.
Baseball slide drop kick by Lynn sends Delirious into the barricade. And one for Jacobs has him in the aisle. Stereo dives. The chant of best in the world rings out. Here in Coral Springs, Danielson and Jacobs still the legal men. Age of the Fall back to their feet. Missile drop kicks. Forearm in the corner. Lynn pitched out to the floor.
Oh, they put on the brakes.
Almost a miscommunication there. Roll up. Shoulder block to the midsection of Delirious. Spear, nobody home. Ooh. Connects with Delirious, who rolls out to the floor. Running knee strike. Cattle mutilation.